All right. How you doing, Paranormal Squad? Welcome to another episode of Paranormal Wednesdays. Of course, I am your host, James, aka Assassin. And pretty much, if you are just joining and just like really getting used to the channel, Paranormal Wednesdays is something that I came up with to give people a safe haven and a safe place to sit here and talk about and share their paranormal experiences with the masses, right? Some people want to remain anonymous, and some people don't mind them being known. Um, so yeah, I have a treat for y'all today. I have a real good one, and so I'm not even gonna draw it out. I'm gonna just get straight to it. All right, now this entry is from somebody. Of course, they wanted to remain anonymous, so that's fine. But let's get to it. So, when I was 8 years old, my sister and I had a weekend visit with my grandparents in their suburban home outside of the city. There was one particular room in that house that we always felt weird in. It was a tiny room with a little closet and window and could really only fit a dresser and a single bed, perfect for a kid's room. The way the single bed was positioned was on its side against the wall furthest from the door. My sister and I were so small and we hated sleeping in there. But that was the only room for. We would take turns on the visit saying whose turn it was to sleep with your back facing the room, as the other would sleep on the bedside with the wall against them. On that particular weekend, it was my turn to sleep on the edge of the bed. I didn't want to, but that was our agreement in the house. So the way we would handle it was face each other with our back turned towards the room and the door. It didn't help that my grandparents refused to leave any light on at all for us to glow while we were asleep. When nighttime came, we dreaded going to sleep. I always wished that time would slow down so that I was far away from having to sleep in that room. They always reassured us that we were safe and very, very loved, and nothing could ever happen to us to scare or harm us. For some reason, I woke up in the middle of the night, as a lot of us do, and decided to turn onto my other side now facing the room door. Soon as I turned around, I saw a small young child around my age in a long white dress just staring at me. The kind of dress made of pure cotton with high neck frills, long sleeves down to her ankles. When I looked at her dress and peered down, I saw that she appeared to be floating with no feet, just a white mist. At the same time, I have never in my life seen such a bright, blinding light coming from something. She was blinding me with this light, like a massive halo completely encompassing her. The light was so blinding that it lit up the room. I looked at the window, could see the blinds, curtains were still drawn with not a millimeter of space to let any kind of light through, as was the door to the room was closed. The room was pitch dark, but this girl child was standing right there beside the bed, several feet away from me like a giant ball of blinding white light. I could feel my heart pounding out my chest. I started yelling in terror and shaking my older sister to wake her up from her deep sleep. All at the same time looking over my shoulder checking to see if this girl was still there, and she was. When I finally woke my sister up, I yelled demanding that she tell me if she could see what I was seeing. I told her, "There's a girl in the room. There's a girl in the room. She's staring at me and not moving. Can you see her?" She said no, she can't see anyone. My sister told me that I must have been dreaming and that nothing was there. But I could still see this girl's stock face just staring at me, not moving at all, and with this piercing light coming out of her every crevice as if I was staring into the sun. Although my sister couldn't see anything, she quickly saw that I wasn't making it up. I was screaming and crying and kept saying, "Look, she's right there. Don't you see her?" She was terrified. I begged her to switch sides with me, and her being the best sister in the world, despite being scared out of her wits, she switched with me. And all I remember is looking over my sister's shoulder, still seeing this young child staring at me in this white dress. We both buried our heads into the duvet and hugged each other, completely frightened. I eventually passed out from exhaustion and absolute sheer terror. To this day, I remember that night like it was yesterday. I have many, many times asked my sister if she remembered me waking her up that night and telling her about the girl standing at the bed. She said every time, "Yep, I remember every single part of it." Well, I appreciate that entry, and I appreciate you trusting me to tell everybody that story. Um, what an experience, first and foremost. I try to tell people when you have paranormal experiences and like you see your first full body apparition, it's life changing. Everything that you once considered to be true, considered to be a fact, just goes out the window. And your mind is just trying to make sense of what you're experiencing and what you're seeing right now and whether it's real or not. That's why I try to tell people. So many people out here, they are so quick to say, "Oh man, spirits don't exist, ghosts don't exist." That's why I'm so open with actually taking people with me on investigations who have never did anything of the sort. If you hear that barking in the background, that's my husky. Something got him going crazy. I don't know. But but yeah, there's so many non-believers out here that I actually have made believers in. In the future, I will do a segment where I have the non-believers to actually give their testimonies and let you know exactly what happened and how they're feeling about the paranormal now. But no, I appreciate that. Like I said, anytime if you would like to share your paranormal experiences and anything of the sort, feel free to send it to my email, or you can send it on the Facebook group or whatever the case is, or you can just hit me up on Facebook, whichever one. My email is paranormallegendssociety@gmail.com. Once again, that's paranormallegendssociety@gmail.com. You can remain anonymous or you can choose to tell the people who you are. It's all completely up to you. That was uh that was dope. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. All right. So, Candace. Candace, once again, she has more experiences that she would like to share with the people. So I appreciate you, of course, Candace. All right, let's get to it. So I was staying at a family's friend's old house in Abbeville. Karen, the family friend, said that she was told that there were old tunnels under the property that the slaves would use to hide and escape. I can't remember what she said they were called, but it wasn't a part of the Underground Railroad or anything. But I remember being alone and I heard a whooshing sound that kept going back and forth over my ear. Something audibly said, "Hey." Waited for a few minutes and then let out a sigh. I didn't hear anything after that. Hmm. Yeah, that's the thing about, honestly, that's the thing about North Carolina. The Carolinas in general, matter of fact, the whole East Coast. It is so much that done happened on the land and just so much history, especially like around my parts, Anson County. Um, because there's evidence of tunnels that's supposed to connect everything uptown Waysboro. So like it's so much that people don't know. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Sound like you might have came in contact with one of the possibly one of the slaves that was utilizing that tunnel and everything like that. You never know. All right, so on to the next entry. Hodges, South Carolina. I lived in the old Fitzer Upper. We used to walk to the church up the street to the ball field. As teens, my friends and I dabbled in the occult and homemade Ouija boards. In short story, We were playing softball at the ball field. There's another church across the road with a graveyard. I was on third base. My friend Jessica was batting. We both saw a blue flash in the graveyard that nobody else saw. She ran bases, hit home with me, and was freaking out asking me if I saw it too. Okay. Now, like I said, the Carolinas has so much history, okay? But as far as the whole occult thing and Ouija boards, those are things that you have to be careful with, okay? I try to tell people, when you dabble in a whole lot, just make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. Because with Ouija boards, any type of seance, whenever that boundary is broke and it's not closed properly and correctly, that's a problem. That allows any and everything to come into your aura, to literally infiltrate your life. Alright, so I mean, I know plenty of people that do it, but I tell you, just like I tell everybody else, make sure that you are careful. Alright, make sure you are careful. Alright, the last one. Okay, another short story. This one is with Jessica. We were laying on my bed for a split second, and it's like we swapped places. She was always nervous due to her home life, and I was at peace. And almost instantly, we both felt this switch, and I was like, that was weird. I felt nervous for a split second out of nowhere. She sat up wide-eyed and was like, for a split second, I felt calm. Looking back now, that might have been empathy, energy exchange of some sort, take it as you will. Now, that right there, yes, of course. The longer you hang out with somebody, the stronger y'all bond becomes. And their emotions can trickle over to you. I mean, that's just how energy works. Energy is infectious, right? Um, yeah, I mean, I've had plenty instances dealing with this because honestly, hey, matter of fact, me working at the store, so many people come in and I can feel their energy every time I work. I know when somebody's happy, when somebody's mad and sad, when something's going on, I can always tell it. I, of course, keep a positive energy, right? No matter what's going on that day, I always keep a positive energy because that can literally save somebody's life because you never know when they are on that last straw. I guarantee you never know. So always keep a positive energy. Always keep a positive output, no matter how negative somebody is. Separate yourself from them. Don't feed into it. But Candace, as always, I appreciate you, and I gotta get you a shirt. I definitely gotta get you a shirt to you. I will. I will hit you up probably sometime in the middle of December to get you a shirt. And yeah, everything is gonna work out. Well, it wasn't a long episode, but that concludes the episode for today. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can post it under this video. If you have any experiences that you would like to share in the comment section, feel free to drop it. Of course. New episodes is coming. New investigations. I got investigations that I need to do. Actual lockdowns in historical places that I have been cleared for. So 2025 is going to be an awesome year. All right, I'm telling you that now. 2025 is definitely going to be an awesome year. So, as always, peace and blessings. If you have anything you would like to share, send it to my email at paranormallegendsociety@gmail.com, and I would definitely get you. Peace and blessings, world. Stay safe out there.